Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you guys had a great week. I wanted to talk today about just taking imperfect action. And so a lot of people are getting caught up on like, I'm so busy right now that I can't even track my food, or I'm traveling, got the kids, whatever it might be, that instead of like trying to at least like 50% do it or do something, they just completely fall off the bandwagon and they don't do anything. So that might be like you're trying to gain some muscle or you're trying to lose body fat, but you just got work stuff coming up, trips, vacations, whatever. And so you're like, screw it, I just won't do anything right now. And then once, everything calms down, that's when I'll start to do stuff. And two things happen when you do that. When you quit paying attention to whatever your current goal is, you backtrack a ton. And so if your goal is weight loss or fat loss, not only are you not losing weight while you're not paying attention, typically you're gaining weight. And then when you're not paying attention, you're almost always in a surplus. And so you're gaining, could be 2 to 5 pounds a month. And let's just say it's only 2, but you take 6 months off. That's 12 to 30 extra pounds you don't have to lose before your original weight loss goal. Same thing putting on muscle. Typically, if you're not strength training, you're actually losing muscle while you're not even making any gains, of course, too. So nobody wants that. So the biggest thing is just trying to take some action. So if it's like fat loss or weight loss, if you're just paying attention sometimes to what you're eating or lifting sometimes, you're going to make way better progress than if you don't do anything. And then also, when it comes to like weight loss or muscle gain or any of that, there's a big science between like self-discipline and self-control. So a lot of people think that like self-discipline is created or we create self-control. And it really comes down to believing if you have it. So if you tell yourself that you're like, I have no self-control when it comes to anything and can't pay attention, that's exactly what happens. You don't pay attention and you have no self-control, whether that might be like food, alcohol, working out, any of that type of stuff. And so really like believing that you can do it also helps boost your motivation as well. And so essentially a lot of times we don't feel like eating healthier or working out, and then we start to actually lose motivation because we're not doing it. So if you just start that new habit, whether it's like working out, counting your macros, paying attention to what you're doing, that actually boosts your motivation because you see yourself making progress and then you know that you can do it. And so essentially, like Henry Ford says, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're both right. So if you believe you're way too busy to eat healthy, pay attention to what you're eating, lift, you're totally right. You most definitely will not have time to do it. Vice versa, you could be just as busy, but if you believe you can do it and make the time to do it, you'll be able to. And so you're both right. And so long story short, but yeah, that's the biggest thing here I want to touch on is taking imperfect action. Last thing was, or taking imperfect action is better than no action at all. Last thing is like the force of average. So one guy I follow, he always talks about, whenever you start a diet or you start working out or training, that's when the force of average, essentially comes in and doesn't ruin your progress, but tries to derail you. So you're like, you just started the diet and everybody at work brings in donuts all week long. Or, you just started a workout routine and now you have 5 work trips lined out and like, shoot. And so, that stuff is always going to happen. So just learning to work around it. There's never the perfect time. So we never have the perfect time of when it's a good time to start working out or eating right. And so just start now, take some imperfect action as opposed to no action. So I hope this helps. See you guys this week.